Hola, buenos dias. I am at the Plaza Francisco Solano Lopez in Encarnacion, Hoy, today. And I'm going to be going on a little walking tour of Encarnacion, the most major southern city in Paraguay, on the border to Argentina. And my first stop is hopefully going to be a cathedral. Estoy aquí ahora, I'm here now at the Cathedral Encarnacion. The Cathedral of the Incarnation, I suppose, if you're translating Encarnacion to English. It's a very white building. It looks like the doors are open, which is good. And just a bit of significance here. We've got a big sort of wooden cross to the side. And on this sign here, it says it's recording the visit of Papa Juan Pablo II at Encarnacion on the 18th of May, 1988. So that is recording the visit of the now St. John Paul II. This cathedral is thought to have been completed in 1768. 1970 to 1971, the exterior and the interior were both refurbished. And I didn't show this when I came in, as it was behind me. There's a nice stained glass window up there above the exit and entrance. And from here I'm just going to be walking a bit further north up the city. I believe the city's population is approximately 100,000 in the city itself. It's based on the Paraná River, which connects Posadas in Argentina to Paraguay. And it's known in Paraguay as being sort of the city of the summer because of its beaches here. Because of its proximity to Argentina, I have noticed when walking around here, a few people walking in Argentina football shirts, and although I can't tell the difference in Spanish, I can sort of tell that quite a lot of people come over from Argentina and vice versa as well to visit, as it's just over a short bridge. In terms of cuisine, I've seen lots of chipas being sold, which is, I believe, mandioca-based bread, as well as mbeju, a local Paraguayan bread. It's also a mandioca or cassava-based bread, but with cheese inside. And I've tasted the mbeju, and I'm going to put that in a separate short. Now at the Plaza de Armas, probably the most historical park in Encarnacion. For some reason there's an Italian flag behind me. But I can see there's fountains in the middle, and it looks like quite a big park, quite a nice park as well. See the main square here behind me. They've also got like a oriental style bridge and walkway here. Again, some more waterfalls here. Not quite the Iguazu Falls, which you can also see on my YouTube channel, but got a nice little red bridge crossing this water area here. This looks very Asian to me. The trees as well. And there's more to the story of Encarnacion, as I'm now entering a German area of the park. This is the monument of the collective Germany here. I know more about the reason why there might be German monuments here, and it's because there is quite a large German settlement here in Encarnacion. Although most of the inhabitants are Spanish and Amerindian, there is a lot of German people here as well, and I've seen some trucks driving past with German writing on it, and that's why the destination of the bus in my Jesuit mission video, if you've seen that, was heading to a place called Hohenau. I believe Hohenau is a German word, but in addition to Germans, there are also lots of Polish people here, as well as Ukrainians. So Encarnacion is the city with the largest number of Ukrainian inhabitants in Paraguay. Here is Emiliano Fernandez, and I'm not sure how good my Spanish is, but I believe he was a famous poet in the 1800s, and maybe a musician as well, as I can see him with a guitar. Here is the main centre of the park from another angle. I believe these words behind me say Happy Holidays, and you can see a nativity scene there as well, maybe left from Christmas time, maybe around a month-ish ago. Now walking into a Ukrainian section of the park. As I mentioned earlier, there's a big Ukrainian settlement here, and there's a statue here of Taras Shevchenko here behind me, and you can see the Ukrainian flag up there as well. And it's really quite nice and calming here actually. It's not very busy. There's no sort of dirt or, without being disrespectful, like homeless people coming up to you and asking for money like in lots of other parks in the centres of cities that I've been to. and yeah, really enjoying it. I am now going to walk that away down 14 de Mayo, 14 of May road, which is hopefully heading towards La Playa, the beach. Some nice paintings here as well on the roadside. San Roque de Gonzalez was the man who founded the Jesuit mission in 1615, which was actually first south of the Paraná River. The mission was called Encarnacion de Itapúa, and around 100 years later, the mission actually moved north of the Paraná River and was called Encarnacion de Itapúa. That's where Encarnacion gets its name from. I'm just crossing a road. The city gained even more importance in 1894 after the construction of a railway here in the city, and I think that railway connects Argentina, or the other side of the river at the time, to Paraguay. I think I'm around halfway towards the beach. I can smell more salt in the air, so I think I'm going the right way. And in 1926 there was an F4 tornado here in Encarnacion, and unfortunately that tornado was a disaster and killed 300 people. Recently there was a termination plan of Yaquireta, and Zona Baja, an old zone here in the city, was basically gotten rid of, and it gave way to the city as it is now, with lots more avenues, bridges and modern buildings. And lately Encarnacion, because of its mild climate and its boardwalks and beaches, has become one of, if not the tourist hotspot in Paraguay. And hopefully I'm going to be attending those aforementioned beaches in the next few minutes. But of course another reason people are drawn here is because of the Trinidad Jesuit ruins, which you can see in another separate video on my YouTube channel. And another reason that that's so popular is because it was declared a UNESCO heritage site in 1993. The wind has picked up and I can see the river ahead of me now. And here it appears. So I'm here now at the riverfront. See here the waves crashing into sort of rocky area there with some green plants. Oh, gracias. Not sure whether that guy was wearing enough hats on his head. And if you didn't get my joke around 20-30 seconds ago, then I'll try it again. It appears I'm now on a pier. And this pier actually is kind of not really a pier, because although it's sticking out into the water, there's sand. There's lots of sand next to it, and for the first time here in Encarnacion I found La Playa, the beach, or a beach at least, here behind me. You can see it's quite busy at the front there. It's like people have sort of hired all their own gazebos. Mboike and Pacucua are two beaches that opened up to the public on this avenue here, which was also opened up to the public in 2011 to try and boost the tourist industry here in Encarnacion. But this one behind me here is the most famous. It's Playa San Jose, and you can see how busy it is on the front there. Considering it's not very sunny today, it's quite busy for a small city. You can really see the extent and the length of it from this angle, but it does go all the way around here. So I'll flip my camera around and see if you can see how busy it is right on the front at the waterfront. It's sort of in a horseshoe shape, and the beach stretches all the way to that white building over there on the right hand side, and it is full at the front all along the way with umbrellas. Speedboats and activities on the river as well, and behind me is another country, un otro país, I think in Spanish, and it's Argentina, where I will be travelling at some point, so you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and look for videos once I arrive in Argentina. And the bridge to Argentina, just in the distance over there, you probably won't be able to see it. It's a few kilometres up the road behind me, and it's called the San Roque González de Santa Cruz Bridge. The same person who started the Jesuit mission in 1615 on that side of the river, and this is the Paraná River, and it connects Argentina and Paraguay. And it appears I'm leaving the pier now to walk along the boardwalk and promenade of Playa San Jose towards the white building I was pointing at earlier on the other side of the beach, which is an old mill. And on the way there is the old train station of Encarnacion. And this train behind me is 370 kilometers from Asuncion, the capital of Paraguay, as well as 1,154 kilometers from the capital of Argentina, Buenos Aires. And this is the old station building. Estoy aquí ahora. El San Jose Silo and the mill are two icons of Encarnacion historically. Together they helped form La Fabril Paraguaya, and they were responsible for transporting grains, obviously with the mill here behind me, across the country, and the railway in the area that was built obviously helped with the transportation of those. And although both buildings are not used for the same use anymore, they are both protected by the city's municipal offices as being part of the historic heritage of Encarnacion. Y ahora, and now I'm going to say buenas noches, good night, as that sums up my video in Encarnacion. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you again soon.